Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing World Series Reserves. This evening it is round 4 Russia. I'm Front Row Racing GP in the commentary box this evening, and with me I have got Hindle. How are you this evening, Hindle?
Very well, Steve. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'll quickly just go over our commentary names. I am the Murray Talker, and I do believe your commentary name is Ryan Blundell, which is it always makes me giggle, that one. Russia, what can we expect from an event at Russia?
What people say, it's a very dull and boring race, but I think it's completely the opposite. There's a lot of overtaking opportunities. Okay, it's a one-stop race, but yeah, like I said, you've got the two main overtaking spots and a lot more overtaking spots throughout the track.
That is true. There does tend to be quite a lot of overtaking on the DRS straights. I'm going to quickly run through the drivers we've got on the list, and then we do have an announcement to make, which I do believe Front Row Racing DP is going to come to make that announcement. So the drivers we've got in the lobby for this World Series Reserves, we've got M. Zeleny in the Red Bull, DS Zedman, new driver with us this evening in the McLaren, Drew in his Williams, Twist Royalty in his Williams, GC82 in the Renault, Gonk in the Haas, Neo Tig Jr. not selected his car yet, he's free to pick whichever he wants to at the moment, Woods V12, and he's in the Merc. We've got Simo in the Scuderia Ferrari, Colzo, new driver in the Red Bull. We have got a bit of inside information on him from Hindle, but we'll come back to that in a moment. Kane Leander in the other Ferrari, Puso 2000 driver to look out for, very quick in the McLaren Honda, Sergeant Hitman in the Force India. Acorn 95 has made it into the lobby this week, he's in the Mercedes. So there's the drivers we've got. So we're going over to DP for him to make his announcement from the admins. So over to DP. Evening DP, by the way.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, a little bit of information we want to get out on the broadcast before we send the drivers over to the circuit, and it's to do with the Front Row Racing World Series incidents and ETL reports from the last race at China. Situation that had occurred, and we kind of thought it might possibly occur, but we kind of had to wait for it to happen for it then to be dealt with. And the situation is, as a few of you may have seen, is drivers having game crashes or disconnections towards the end of a qualifying session, getting back in the lobby but not being able to take over control of their car before the lights go out for the start of the race. Basically the game is stopping people taking control of their car until part way through the second lap. Now effectively you could say by the strict rule on FRR that, well, the driver hasn't driven that particular lap and a half, they could be disqualified. However, there wasn't a specific rule in place for it, so it is something that was discussed by the admins, and basically what has been decided is that if drivers disconnect or have game crashes towards the end of qualifying, they manage to get back in the lobby for the start of the race, but they can't take control of their car until lap 2, then they will be allowed to do so and continue racing. One of the reasons for that is because the amount of time lost for the driver by the time they take over means that they've lost out a lot of time. What it does mean though is that, as GP has just pointed out to me, is that for the likes of Hindle, who is the host of this lobby, would have to change the AI difficulty level down to very easy instead of it being on legend, which you'll quickly go, oh crap, right, I'll do that now. But that's the reason why, it's good to have that on very easy. So a driver will be allowed to rejoin during the formation lap and take over control of their car and continue to race from as soon as it allows the driver to do so. However, any driver that gets disconnected once the race has started, disconnected or game crashing or anything like that, it is classified as a DNF. Their race is unfortunately over. But we will also put a post out on the Facebook page with that information as well. So for anyone that hasn't heard this today, they should hopefully be able to see it on Facebook. Okay, I think I've just about covered that one, so I think it's time I just hand back over to the commentary team and let them crack on with it.
Thank you very much there, DP. So we're going to head the drivers back over to the circuit as the time is clicking on a little bit, so hit the ready buttons for us. And while we're just waiting for the drivers to go through, I've got a question of the day, and I want to see what HiNDLE's response is going to be to this one. Basically, question of the day. Feel free to write your answer in the comments, and we will have a look every now and again to see if anyone's made a comment and maybe have got the correct answer or not. But anyway, question of the day. HiNDLE, this is over to you for the answer. See if you can get a guess before you have time to Google it. Ferrari once abandoned their red colour scheme out of protest. What colour did they race in instead?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with. I was gonna go black.
What colour underpants you wearing? It might be the same as them. That's an eraser style.
Well, yesterday HiNDLE's underwear was brown.
They were.
So yeah, what colour?
I'm gonna go white.
White. Okay, got the.
Two people agree with HiNDLE on YouTube there.
So 2 people are guessing the same as HiNDLE, and the tyre selections for this evening, we've got the softer compound, so you get more of the super softs. We've got them balanced, you get an extra set of the soft compound, and then on the harder compound you get the extra set of the medium compound. So which way did you go on the compounds there, HiNDLE, yesterday?
I went for the softer compounds because they're one stop. I think anybody who uses the mediums is doing a big mistake because you've got to pit no matter what.
Yeah. I suppose if you do have an incident on the opening lap of the race, putting the mediums on and going to the end, it is an option, but it may not be quite the fastest option. Okay, so over to the circuit in Russia, and what's the weather going to do for us today? Please make it wet, we might get a few more pit stops. Oh, it's not wet. Let's have a look what it says for the race. So qualifying.
Brand spanking hot.
I tell you what, it is hot. That is quite hot for Russia. And what effect do you think that's going to have on the event? Because normally Russia is cooler in temperature than what it's actually showing on the screen today.
Tyre wear, I don't think tyre wear is going to be a problem. No matter what the weather does, as everybody's probably found out by now, it's ridiculously low. Times, I think the times could actually be quicker because obviously more heat in the circuit needs quicker times from what I know.
We've got Drew out on circuit straight away, very quickly loading his setup and heading out. He may be a bit more confident than some of the drivers out there, having done a bit of a session yesterday. What sort of time are we expecting, Ryan? Anyone going to break them into the 35s, do you think?
There's 1 or 2 I'd expect to get a good time, but I'm going to say of a 36.3.
So now you've said you're 36.3, who do you reckon it'll be though doing that 36.3?
Who I reckon it'll be? There's a few good drivers in here. We've got Royalty, Puso, Simo obviously through very quick. We've got Acorn, again, that Formula 1 series driver. He has got pace. There's a few of them we could put it on pole, but I'm gonna go with Simo.
Yeah, we do have a few new drivers in as well, which are going to be interesting to see what sort of lap times they do, like DS Zedman and also Calzo, who is that cough wasn't like a Calzo, that was just a Calzo and then I coughed. Calzo, who is a relative of one of the World Series drivers, so there's a possibility that he may have some pace, because obviously his brother's a previous World Series champion like yourself, HiNDLE.
Yes, but don't worry, he's not my brother.
Well, what I can say about DS Zedman when we get him up on the screen is he's been recommended by a World Series driver, but not by any World Series driver. He's been recommended by Mystic Joker. Now, if you get a recommendation from Mystic Joker, surely that would mean something.
Possibly. Or he's just good friends with the guy. But Americans seem to be very quick in this game. I don't know what it is. But yeah, So you can get on board when it goes out and see what's on.
You're very quick on this game as well, and I don't know what that is. Someone needs to tell me what the secret is.
I do get a lot of messages, but some people do ask me, how are you so quick? And I don't know, I press R2, I press L2, and I stick to the racing line.
It normally helps, doesn't it, being on the racing line. Just point out, Drew's gone through the first sector, doing a sector 1 of a 35.1. How is that going to compare with most? Well, what I can tell you is we've already got a purple by Gonk of a 39.4, but I wouldn't be surprised, 34.9, sorry, but I wouldn't be surprised if that gets beat at some point. We might head into the lower 34s. Drew just caught a bit of a wall at the end of sector 2, but he has had a sector 2 of 35.0, which isn't too bad by Drew, and he is the first one that finished that first sector, so it was purple as he set it, but only because he's the first one to set one.
I think he's a second down in each sector, so he's looking possibly 38.
Yeah, and this is obviously going to put in provisional pole, but once the grid is formed, this is probably going to be a sort of time, so 140. I'll tell you what we do need to do, we need to get on board with Woodsy, because Woodsy at the moment is setting purples, and it'd be nice to see what he does as he crosses the line. He's into sector 3, he's on a set of soft compound tyres as well, which yesterday we actually saw were very good in qualifying. 34.6 sector 1, 34.7 sector 2, so not bad at all. A nice purple helmet that Woodsy's got there. He crosses the line with a 38.3 provisional pole. Bit of time to find, but also we've got Simo that's worth having a look at, and he's set purple sector 1, and there he is in his Ferrari. Purple sector 2.
Acorn 34.5 sector 2, and he's on the soft tyre.
Someone just managing to get out of the way there. I think that might have been Kane Leander in the Force India. Yeah, Simo 9.11 just about to cross the line in a moment. This is probably going to go provisional pole. Is he in the 36s? It's a 37.6. May have just been hindered there a little bit by a few cars. Not necessarily deliberately trying to hinder him, but they might have just been distracting him a little bit in that last sector. But provisional pole it is at the moment. So who else have we got out there at the moment, HiNDLE?
Well, I was actually looking on board with him, but we have got Chris Rowley out on the softs, and we know he's very good. So, sector 1 on the softs, a very good one, middle 34s. It's a bang on middle 34, 34.5, but it looks like he took way too much corner there.
Yeah, he has already, as I say, he has already set a lap. I might be on his in lap because he's not on a great pace there, but what I can point out, I want to try and do this now, is as he heads, I thought that was sector 3, it's not, he's in sector 2, it's DS Zedman, he's the new driver that's with us this evening. There's 2 drivers I want to have a little look out for this evening. DS Zedman, new driver, and also Calso, who's a new driver. So if we see either of those 2 out on the circuit, it'd be good. Yeah, HiNDLE, if you do see anyone setting some purples, just shout it out and we'll see if we can find them.
I'll tell you what's going to be something key is ETLs. This track is very easy to put a corner and go wide. One inch too far to the left or to the right of the curve, and that's what goes.
So that would be literally qualifying time out the window, because I assume you basically what you mean there is it would cancel their time out.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically you should actually fuel the car for 2 laps, just so the tyre wear is very low, but people want to get fastest time from the
yeah. So DS Zedman crosses the line, starts his flying lap around turn 1, which isn't exactly much of a turn, it's just a flat out, basically straight that's not straight. Heading down into turn 2 onto the brakes and turning in, nice tight line and nice on the apex, not worrying the curb too much. Now it's turn 3, it's looking quite nice, late apex as usual for that corner. Turning into turn 4, I tell you what, he's a nice smooth driver from what I can see so far. 34.6, and that is the fastest sector 1 so far. That is purple sector 1.
34.6. I'm quite surprised how far off we are, to be honest. Especially in sector 1, there's half a second down.
Yeah, don't forget the circuit does get faster towards the end of the qualifying session. So there is possibility of it being beaten, and he is on the super soft compound tyres. 34.1 sector 2 though, that is good, but he's been compromised.
Yeah.
Oh dear, don't know who that was, but it looked like a Toro Rosso. Neo 2, unfortunate there.
Hindle, can you turn your microphone up a little bit for us, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, he just set 2 purples, did DS Zedman, and he's decided to go for the pit lane as he got a car in his way there, unfortunate. Sergeant Hitman heading for the pit lane. Calzo is out on circuit, so let's try and find where he is currently, but Acorn's gone and set a purple sector 1. It's just
34.9 from Calzo on the soft tyres, not too bad. 35.2 sector 1 was pretty quite off the pace, but expected. New driver, new to the game, not been on it very long.
Sector 3.
35. Going to be a third. It's going to be 39.
Currently 7th
Not a bad
position.
time.
No, when you say he's not been on the game much, what do you mean by that? A month, a year?
About a week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on it. It was on and off it, you know, on career mode and that, and then he started getting into practicing with us. And he said he started really enjoying it. So obviously Dom put him in for contention to be in here, and here he is.
I'll tell you somebody that's setting a lap at the moment. It looks like Puso 2000's on the soft compound tyres, and he must be into sector 3. He is going to complete the lap. Not the best of sector 2s. Oh, and he's gone wide. There's his lap gone, and you could call that quite a late pit entry there. And he's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified for that, and it looks like he's been... Yeah, I'm not surprised, because he's got to enter the pit lane before the penultimate corner. Otherwise, yeah, he's going to do that, and I'm wondering whether he's going to retire his car, or... No, he's going to drive it round for another lap. We'll leave him to do that.
Oh, no. I think he's going to retire.
Yeah, well, DS Edmonds back out on an out lap, so we'll try and catch up with him when he gets to the start of his flying lap. Let's have a little look through, see who's setting a few times at the moment. Simo is out setting a lap, on an out lap. Zeleni is a driver we could look at trying to get on board with.
Calzo's on another lap.
Okay.
He's gone a lot quicker in sector 1 and a tenth quicker in sector 2.
Zeleni, he's going to be heading towards the last corner on a set of soft tyres, about to start his lap.
Calzo's gone 4th for 38.9, a good time.
Has he? Wow.
Yeah.
So he went on to do another lap there.
Yeah, 1.4 seconds off Simo, who we know is very quick, and Simo's on the super soft as well, so quite a good time out.
That is a good time. Considering his experience, that is not bad at all. Zeleni is heading towards turn 3 on the soft compound tyres. You're looking for probably a mid to a high 34 for a sector 1 on the soft compound tyres. I say the soft, but they're kind of like the medium compounds here, aren't they, really? And he's got 35.1 sector 1. So DS Edman, how close is he to starting his lap?
About to start it now.
Okay, let's have a jump on board with him. So he's not got a time on the board yet. We've only got 6 minutes remaining as he crosses the line, and he's going to hope for a bit of clear track ahead of him. We did see him setting purples previously, and he's going to be hoping to do the same again. Nice lines through that turn 2.
I've noticed with this game as well, you've got to take this turn 3 a lot later than 2015. 2015, you just kept it tight to the apex. This one, you've got to actually get to the apex. It's a 34.1 sector 1, and that is a very, very good sector 1.
It is, and it is purple. And he'll be looking to set another purple sector 2. Yeah, it is purple by a long shot. It's about 3 or 4 tenths, isn't it? But it's purple. Now, one of the comments that He has got a bit of traffic, but one of the comments he did make was he may not be as fast as Mystic Joker, but he is a clean driver. But at the moment, this is the sort of pace we probably would expect from a Mystic Joker.
It is. 34.5.
I think I was a bit down on what his...
3 tenths off. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's still not a bad sector at all. It's not a bad sector,
No,
but like
maybe
I say...
this is an indication to his setup. Maybe he's running a bit low downforce, high downforce, very good in sector 1. Sector 2, you need the... well, I don't know, it's this is a difficult track to get your setup right. You want the low downforce for the straights, and high downforce for the corners, but across the line, see, 372, P2, he's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, we know he can. He has got a bit more time in the bag, but he's got to get back to the pit lane. But we want to get on board with Simo because he is out on the circuit.
He's already crossed the line. He's gone even quicker.
Just finished lap with a 36.8. Wow, good lap there by Simo. So let's have a look. Who else is out there?
That's why I think we thought DSM was going slow when actually Seymour had already gone quicker.
Yeah, his first sector. Just having a look at Kane Leander. His first sector's a little bit off. Might be on the way back to the pits with that one.
Yeah.
But he is currently sat in third place with his time that he's already set of a 1:38.4. Twist Royalty's out on circuit in fourth. I tell you what, Twist Royalty's got a first sector that's not too bad. It's a 34.4, and if, like you say, if it is about aeros, he is a bit off the purple time in sector 1, but he could pull it back in over the last couple of sectors.
Yeah. I mean, this sector 2 is all about the straight line speed. Because you've got three corners and you've got this long straight, so we'll see what is set. But there you go for the 3.9.
Wow.
That is
Purple, is
that's
it?
That's a low aerial setup. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I think that's the first one. It should be a
yeah,
purple.
into the third 3.9. It is purple by 10. Acorn's currently fastest in sector 2, 34.0.
So he's the only one in the 33s at the moment. That is good there by Twist Royalty. So he could be quite difficult to overtake then during the race.
Yeah.
But it's only P2.
6. Yeah, but look, he's 5 tenths quicker in sector 2, 3 tenths slower in sector 1, and 4 tenths slower in sector 3. So that again shows the difference in setup. Straight line speed in sector 2, sector 1 and sector 3 downforce, which looks like Seymour's got.
He comes on an in-lap, so we'll move away from him. Just going through a bit of a time period where people are either on an in-lap or an out-lap. But we do have Sergeant Hitman coming to the end of a lap. If we can find where he currently is on the circuit.
Oh, the outfield.
It does sound a bit odd, doesn't it? That's a very slow sector 2. Yeah, he's on the way back to the pits there, I believe. We'll leave him to that. Puso, that's an out lap because he's in a 2-minute lap time there, so he'll be starting a lap soon. I think we're going to end up with a very busy last couple of moments in this qualifying session, as everyone's going to be looking to start a lap time in the last minute or so. But we're going to see what Puso can do. We'll see what the drivers can do down into that first sector, see who lights it up. But then again, the first sector, you know, if you don't light up the first sector, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to set the fastest lap.
No, I mean, look at Twist Royalty's half a second quicker in sector 2 than pole position. Half a second.
Or Puso made a mistake at turn 2, he's gone deep, and I believe that may have just stopped his time. We'll see what his first sector is though, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to end up being a second off what he would have expected. And it's a 35.0. Not terrible on the soft compound tyres, but we'll leave him with that. We'll have a little look. Simo's on an out lap. Twist Royalty, he is on, is that an in lap or an out lap? Not sure. But we do have Woods V out on the circuit, and he's set some nice sectors at the moment. 34.5 and a 34.6. Currently sat 5th, and he'll be looking to improve his position, and he may be able to do it in this last sector. Nice tight line around the last corner, over the line, and he's still 5th. I think he may have improved his time, but he has gone 5th. So gone 5th, stayed 5th.
Calvo sector 1 and super softs. Oh, he can't. Down all his time with the softs.
And got sector 1 of a 34.7, which is there or thereabouts. Not that great, but he is currently sat in 7th position, so it might have been not too bad a time for him. Just about to be removed from this camera view and be put in our commentary box away from the pit lane as Gonk heads down. Go on.
Just got in the line in time. Simo.
He did, didn't he? He literally just managed to do it in time. And at this point we're not going to know what sector times people are setting unless I can ask DP. If you put the RD on, does it do it? No? Okay. Okay. So Simo currently sat pole. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Because he's currently sat pole, we're going to leave him to finish his lap, because even if he improves, he's still going to be pole. So we're going to have a little look, see if there's anyone out there that may be able to do something about it. Woodsby obviously was set his lap on them soft compound. Drew's on their way into the pits, and it's Simo. So that literally is there. It looks like Simo's got his pole done. He's got it in the bag, and he's still out there and able to put another lap in to improve his time if he wants to. But if he wanted to, he could just pull this straight back into the pits.
Save the tyres. Well, unless it's 3 set of tyres. But he's a 10th down in sector 1. He's purple in sector 2. Well, not purple. He's 4/10ths quicker in sector 2
than his own time. Yeah.
Yeah, on his own time. 4/10ths and a 10th down. So he's 3/10ths up currently.
So he is going to cross the line to finish. Maybe he wants to set the time on these tyres because he may not have flat spotted them I should say. Over the line he goes.
We're not going to know if it was quicker.
And we're not until the screen comes up.
I can tell you now, it was an invalidated lap.
It was invalidated?
It was.
Yeah, it looks like it quite possibly was the last corner, because it did look like there was a bit of took it a bit tight, shall we say. So Ryan, when the qualifying results come up, if you wanted to have a read through those, and I'm just going to quickly say that at this point I do need to leave the session and then rejoin so we can get the start of the race on the main broadcast from the broadcast view. That's why I'm asking Ryan to read through the qualifying. DP?
Also, drivers that joined during the qualifying session, or anyone that's going to be starting behind any of the commentary team, is going to need to be aware that they're going to have to go around our cars. I mentioned that even if they can't hear it now, because if they watch this back, they'll know for future events. That's why we mention it as often as we do. But yeah, qualifying results will be coming up any moment.
It's something we've noticed in the league races. Quite often there are league drivers that like starting at the back, but they would still be better off putting a lap time in, but slowly, to start ahead of the commentary team. Obviously, if you join during qualifying, you're not able to do that anyway. So there you go, Ryan. Over to you.
Okay, so Simo, pole, as expected, 36.8, quite a long time off what I was expecting. Then we got Tushwell at P2, only a 10th off. That could be a fight to watch. Also, DS Edmund only 3/10ths behind, so we could have a good scrap for the podium. And then 4th, Acorn, 5th, Woodsy, 6th, Gonk, 7th, Kaleander, Calzo, 8th, Neiltig, 9th, Drew, 10th, Emslini, 11th, Sergeant Whitman, 12th, Puso, 13th, and then the commentary team. And a GC82 in the mix of the commentary team as well.
Yep, the GC82 down there. There's also Liliart 14 who joined during qualifying down there as well. You didn't leave, did you?
I pressed the button, you saw it come up.
You'll have to leave quickly now, then, won't you? I was actually meant to have a look at the strategy just then. I'm going to have a quick look at the race director here. Obviously, top 10 have to start the race on the tyres that they qualified on. However, from 11th down, they get a free choice of tyre. And it looks like Emslini 8, he's gone for super softs. Hitman softs, Puso softs, and GC82 has gone softs as well. So a little mixture of tyre compounds there. But Ryan, do you think if many of these drivers watched the WCR race last night, they would have taken anything from the tyres that were used yesterday?
Possibly, but I think anybody who's done a bit of practice will know you can pretty much do the whole race with one set of tyres, but you've got to pit. So the question is, they'll be asking themselves, what lap do they pit to maximise the lap times on another set of tyres? Because you don't want to overstretch one set of tyres and lose a load of time, and then have really fresh tyres at the end of the race.
I'll just point out that I am back with you, Ryan, watching the cars go around. It did look like, as I joined, that Simo kind of pulled a bit of a gap out on this formation lap, and I think he's looked in his mirrors and thought, oh, maybe I need to let them catch back up again a little bit. There is a bit of a gap behind him there. I mean, talking about the guys that are on different compounds, Woods V's the highest guy on the softer compound. Would you say that's put him in a good position then for the strategy for the whole race?
I don't think strategy matters from a one-stop, because the softs and the super softs, there isn't much of a difference in lap time. But P5 is in the danger zone there, going down to turn 2.
Yeah, it's a circuit like this with such a long stretch before the heavy braking point into turn 2. Being on pole doesn't necessarily mean the best position to be in, does it?
No, I mean the slipstream, basically, apart from the pole man, everybody's going to be going 10 miles an hour quicker than the pole man. So it is very hectic down into turn 2 in Russia.
Okay, so the last few cars are just looking like they're coming around the final corner to set up on the grid, and also the dirty line on the circuit here is a little slow off the start. You can quite easily lose a couple of car lengths just because you're on the dirty line. So really we want to be looking out for the guy that's sat in 3rd place, because he could end up having a fantastic start. 3rd place being DSZ Man. I think he might be the one to look out for. So the lights are on. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights are on. They're about to go out. They are, and they are underway. A little bit of a late start by everyone there. That could be down to the traction on the circuit. So it's the McLaren that we need to look out for that's behind the Ferrari. But Simo, nice run, but he's going to get swamped down into turn 2 as we're going 3 wide. Could they make it 4 wide? DS Edmund's got nowhere to go. Big crash in the background. That's a big accident, and that is cars out of the race as we go 3-4 wide. There's cars all over the place here. Come on, guys, you've got to give each other a little bit more room than that, as we're going to find out in a moment who it is that lost their wheels. And I'll tell you now, it's not HiNDLE. He's part of the commentary team. It's not DP. He's part of the commentary team. So Simo does take the lead then into turn 1, and we've got Williams in the wall.
Yeah.
Williams, and that could either be Drew or Twist Royalty. I've got a feeling it may be Twist Royalty, or is no.
He lost it on the traction there.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's back. Oh yeah, he's got front wing damage. You can see it on the right hand side. He's got right front wing damage. Well, technically left.
There are no DNFs. I saw wheels everywhere.
Oh, there's another one. There's another one that down. That's Liliart. He's lost the front wing.
I'll tell you what, Drew is currently running in 3rd place. So it was Twist Royalty that had that incident. But yeah, good start from Drew.
Drew's on the soft tyres as well.
Yeah, he managed to come through that clean, and did very well there to keep out of everyone's way. Just noticed there is a little bit of damage though on the front of Woods V's car, currently in 5th place, just to his front wing right end plate, as we can just see there as he's coming around the corner. Also somebody else with a bit of damage at Twist Royalty, he's got a bit of damage to his front right end plate. At this point in the race, bit of end plate damage. Do you head for the pits or do you try and drive through it? And it looks like these guys have made their mind up. They're going to go for the pit lane. There's a Renault in the background. Who's in the Renaults?
There's Liliart and GC, I believe.
Yeah, Liliart enters the pit lane, and with so many guys entering the pit lane, we've got guys without front wings, and Emzeleni is a guy that's without a front wing trying to get into the pit lane. Another guy behind him, Neotig, no front wing. Quite a bit of damage on this first lap then. Carbon fibre down into turn 2, and they're going to be hoping for a clean circuit when they get down there into the braking zone for this next lap of the race. I'll tell you what, there's a bit of a gap starting to form between the first 2 cars and then Drew, but I'll tell you what, Drew is still in quite a good strong position for his tyre compound that he's on at the moment. What I just want to point out though is that Sergeant Hitman drive-through penalty for a jump start. Yeah. How unfortunate is that? I mean, the only thing you can say there is if he's not got damage, at least there's a lot of other cars going through the pit lane.
Yeah.
If he has got damage though, Does it mean it will repair his damage first, or does it do his drive-through first?
I've never experienced that, but I would believe he'd do the drive-through first, and then that's coming on again.
So that would be a long start if he was caught up at the start there. But Acorn currently running 1.5 seconds behind the leader there, but we can point out that we do have a battle for 4th and 5th. But Calzo is in the wall, I'm just being told, just trying to get on board with there. But yeah, he's lost his front wing, so there's another guy into the pit lane. This is going to bring a lot of cars onto the same sort of part of tarmac towards the end of the race. Yeah. So I just want to quickly go through the order here, because we've got cars that are spread out a little bit and a few close together. Simo 911 in first place, Acorn in second place, Drew currently running in third place. Then we've got a gap to Gonk, but I need to get on board with Woods V, because he's got a car in front of him and a car behind him, and they've gone on the medium compound. They will look to go to the end of the race on that, and the Renault is GC82, I believe.
Yeah.
And this is going to get interesting. Oh, unfortunately for Drew, but hopefully that will sort itself out. Drew, if you're watching the live stream, turn it off. You'll race better.
Also, what's unfortunate for Drew is, I don't know what's happened, but he's got a 10-second ETL penalty.
Oh dear. Just point out though that we didn't get a move down into the... Yes, he has. He's gone for it. It was Twist Royalty made the overtake on Woods V down into turn 2. So Woods V 12 is down to 8th place. And the car behind them, I believe to be Puso. He's on the medium compound tyres. We know he can be quick. He'll be looking to catch the cars up in front. But yep, still got the battle going on though for what looks like 7th, 8th and 9th position. 3 cars very close together. But the car in the middle of this, in the Renault, is GC82, and he's currently on the super soft compound tyres. I'm not sure, but DP, did GC82 have to pit for damage, or did he? Is he still on the tyres he started on?
I believe he's still on the tyres he started on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Caldo about to make a move on Neil Tig before the DRS. Oh, he's going to get the DRS. Yeah, he's going to get the DRS and then get the switch back here. DRS should be an easy move. Getting the slipstream, you rookie. Just point out though that GC82, even though he's on the super soft compound tyres, is getting caught and overtaken by guys on the mediums. Is that because the super softs are going off, or is that just a bit of general lack of pace? The Sergeant Hitman is in the pits again on lap 3. So is he in the pits again? That should be his drive-through. No? Yeah.
I'm just going to find out, see if he's the pit crew are not out for him, so that will be his drive-through.
I think GC's struggling. I don't think he's using any assists, or maybe he's struggling a bit with that. But the tyres will definitely not be going off at this point in the race.
Okay.
You have Calzo overtaking Neil Tig down the inside, turn 2. There's no room there. You can't cut the corner. Yeah, you can see that's what we want to see.
Nice little battle there.
Cut the corner. Yeah, Neil Tig cut the corner to try and battle, but realised you can't do that. He backed out of it, and now he's looking to make the move again into turn 5.
That is 5, yeah.
Backed out of it though. But you've got to be clever. You've got to wait for the DRS because it's so powerful around there. You overtake him now. He's coming right behind you.
But Neotig needs to make this move done. He's on the soft compound tyre, or the softer compound tyre, which is the softs. So yeah, he needs to get the move done, pull a bit of a gap, because there's a good chance he's going to be pitting again at some point. But with another battle we want to try and get onto is Twist Royalty. Mzeleni's retired from the race, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got Twist Royalty and Woods V currently running in 6th and 7th, and this could be a move down into turn 1 with DRS assisted, both running on the medium compound tyres. Can Twist Royalty though get a good run out of this corner, get his DRS open and close that gap? It looks like he's pretty quick on the straights, so this should be a move done before the corner, but we'll soon find out. Is he going to jink out from behind? No, he's kept him behind. He's caught him up the rear. I think the closing speed there was a little bit too quick. I think Twist Royalty just may have outbraked himself a touch there.
he's lucky to get away with. Oh, I think he has got wing damage. Oh, Calzo's gone.
Oh dear.
I wonder if that's a crash for Calzo. I think Twist Royalty was just doing the Vinnie Jones hello there into turn 1. But don't forget as well, in qualifying, you two did mention that Twist Royalty could be running a higher air range, which could mean or be the reason why he couldn't make that move.
That is true. That is very true. So if there is anywhere he's likely to make the move, surely it would be the second DRS, where he's got a little bit more time to do it on. I can point out though, or mention that Calzo in his Red Bull did get terminal damage, unfortunately. Early bath for the debut there of Calzo. But yeah, Twist Royalty unable to catch up in the DRS zone that time. Maybe just trying to take his time a little bit more.
BP just mentioned that he is, well, we do believe he's running high aeros, so aeros do have a big effect. On the outside, Nitman's gone, they're dropping like flies.
I'm wondering if they're just not expecting the lack of traction, or whether it was another reason. But the battle we've got on board at the moment is DSZ man. He's got a Renault behind him of GC82 and a Mercedes in front of it. No, he is the Mercedes. He's got two Renaults behind him with GC82 and Liliart. So what we're going to do is have a little look from Liliart. Wow, they are dropping like flies.
Let's have a look. Collision.
There's a lot of debris.
Damage.
There's a lot of debris on the exit of the pit lane.
Terminal damage. He has it, your car, because apparently you've got terminal damage as well.
That is an interesting situation, and it's the sort of thing that if Puso has got footage, it'd be nice to have a look at. But a battle we have got to keep an eye on is Liliart and GC82. They are both in the Renaults, but there's no reason that these guys should have any team orders. So GC82 is still running on those super soft compound tyres, just holding up Liliart at the moment, and Liliart is going to want to get past, because by lap 6 those super softs are starting to drop off the pace a little bit compared to the mediums, and he's got a bit of a run on him, but he'd be better off waiting for that DRS straight.
GC's very, very early on the brakes.
And being very early on the brakes, does that help with the exit of the corner?
Liliart, he hasn't got the straight line speed. He needs to get past. He's the much quicker car.
He looks like he's the much quicker car in the corners, but when it comes to the straight, like you say, he hasn't got that straight line speed. But yeah, GC82, like you say, a bit earlier on them brakes, and it might just be helping him.
We get a run. Who's caused him off?
I think he was just trying to put him off his racing line, get him out of position, so he gets a better exit on the last corner, but GC82's having nothing of it. Oh, he's had a bad exit.
Tank swapper, and Liliart's through. DRS, but the slipstream is actually more powerful.
Is more powerful than the DRS, you say?
Yeah, but GC82's got the slipstream though.
The DRS. Interesting one. Oh, Liliart's made a mistake. He's gone deep at turn 2, and that has given the position straight back after the hard work of trying to overtake. Unfortunate there.
I mean, situations like this are very, very frustrating. You want to get past the car in front, you spend a couple of laps behind him, you finally get in front, and then you make a mistake, so you could have let him back through.
I think those Renaults have had the fly spray out today, because they haven't been dropping like flies, everyone else.
GC's into the wall.
Dear me. He'll be wanting to change the compound of his pants soon, tyres soon.
Let's have a look at the front. Seymour leads as he's got a big gap to Acorn. He's showing his consistency. Acorn maybe a bit rusty. I've not seen him play the game a lot. It's the first time he's actually been in FRR this season.
It is, and he's 7.7 seconds behind. Still both running on the soft compound tyre, but tell you a driver that's not too far behind Acorn, and that's Drew on the soft compound. And it's nice to see Drew up there in 3rd place, not too bad. 4th place though, Gonk into the pit lane. I believe he's not pitted yet, so this is his first pit stop. I don't think he had any damage early on.
Very early stop for the super soft.
Yeah, and it could be close on the exit. We've got Woods V coming down the pit lane, and looks like Woods V is going to go through the debris, and he is ahead of Gonk. So Gonk's down into 7th position at that point, with another Twist Royalty, is it, that's come down there? Yeah, that is Twist Royalty because Drew is further around the circuit. So who else do we have out there that's close together at the moment?
DSM man's not too far behind them two.
He's catching them up slowly. He'll be there or thereabouts. But with Gonk just making his...
he's made a pit stop.
I say with Gonk just making his pit stop onto those soft compound tyres, he should be the quickest car on the circuit at the moment. So he'll be looking to make hay while the sun shines in Russia. I don't know whether... I'm going to say, don't know whether they have hay in Russia. Of course they do.
Yes, Zenman hasn't made a pit stop. The only people who haven't made a pit stop is Drew, Cino and Acorn. Kaylee in P4 has pitted. Now how far away from the leaders is he? 38 seconds, a bit far off. With a pit stop as well, be about 20 seconds off, or 20 seconds off 18 seconds.
Yeah, just while we're waiting for Gonk to catch up to the back of Twist Royalty, just quickly go through the question of the day again. If anyone wants to try and answer this, post it in the comments. Ferrari once abandoned their red colour scheme out of protest. What colour did they race in instead? We've had a few guesses on the page already, on the Facebook page. No, we haven't. We've had a few guesses on the YouTube channel, and feel free to have a few more guesses. What sort of lap... I was just about to say he's going to go for a move. Gonk just thought about it, or maybe tried to put him off a little bit. The guys that haven't pitted yet, when do you think they'll be coming in? Because it can't be too long, can it?
No, I think it all depends on how many laps they did in qualifying, but like I said to DP before, you've got to try and, pit at the perfect time to maximise, the lap time on the softs.
Gonk's going to go for a move up into turn 5. That is just braked a little early and decided to stay behind. Sorry, I just thought he was going to commit himself into that move there, but he did stay behind, probably the wise thing to do. Twist Royalty doesn't want to let him past at the moment, but Gonk is all over the back of him. But not only is he all over the back of him, he's all over the circuit as well. He's going to try and keep it to the racing line, but he's got to try and get past somewhere.
It's got to be the LS here, it's got to be. I mean, we've been showing it with Lilliard, he's got good straight line speed. But so, he's just Twist Royalty from the qualifying.
Yeah, and he's going to go for it.
In the inside.
He hasn't got it, he just can't do it, can he? And that just goes to show Twist Royalty's straight line speed.
He's got good traction, he's going to get a
all the way around the outside. Yeah. Now that is a good move. So if you've got more downforce than another car, that's where you do it.
Yeah, but this is where Twist Royalty is going to come back to eat him alive. I mean, he's already all over the back of him.
So this should be for Twist Royalty quite an easy, would you say, quite easy overtake in DRS?
He's going to breeze past him. If not, I'll take a forfeit.
A forfeit?
It was like he's just backed off. Back off, what are you doing?
He's just not close enough, is he?
No.
So I'll tell you what, Gonk's still got quite a bit of straight line speed himself down that main straight.
I'm quite surprised at the lack of overtakes we've not seen down the DRS straights. I mean, we've been on board for a few battles going down the DRS, and I've not sort of seen one DRS overtake. No,
I think they might be all fairly paced down there. Yeah. I think also because you can run such a high speed down that straight, when you open the DRS, there's not actually that much more you're going to gain. Because by that point, you're almost at your maximum speed of the car for that straight anyway. Acorn nearly hit a wall. Yeah, but he is into the pit.
Over the last couple of laps, Acorn has been losing a lot of time to the leader, Simo. His tyres had begun to go off, and Drew was actually beginning to catch up to him. Drew is now going to take over second place, and Acorn 95 is now on the soft compound tyre.
Drew is going to overtake him, and he has done, and he is now into second place.
I'm quite liking Drew's position at the minute. Like DP said, he was catching up to Acorn, and Drew's got a pit for the super softs, quicker tyres.
And the super soft tyres are a hell of a lot quicker at the end of the race than they are at the start of the race. tell you what I'm surprised. No, I shouldn't say surprised because I shouldn't put Drew down, but he is only 16 seconds behind Simo. Simo's fast.
GCX2 has a rear right puncture. I'm guessing he smacked a wall.
Well, don't forget he started the race on those tyres. He's not pitted yet, has he?
They do go a lot longer, a hell of a lot longer than lap 10.
Unless he did lots of laps in qualifying on them, of course. Now I'm wondering whether Simo is going to stick to his projected pit stop time, or whether he's going to cover Acorn and go for a pit stop on this lap. No, he's going to go for whatever it was sent to be.
The time you are, if you're in, go on.
No, go on.
What I was going to say, if Fowler's in his position, you've got, what, a 10-second lead on the car behind. You know the undercut's going to be about 2 seconds a lot. Tyre wear is not existent around here. You're going to go at least 2 laps more. You know, obviously he's going to cut that time down a lot, but you're going to have a lot fresher tyres.
Yeah, a battle that I am aware of that we've got out on the circuit is Kane Leander, currently running in 5th position, with Woods V ahead of him in 4th place, both running a soft compound tyre, both pitted in the same lap early on. These guys had a bit of damage on the first lap, and they're not on the same tyre. Woods V's on the medium and Kane is on the soft compound, so there could be an interesting battle there. And I can tell you a bit of information. We've got a pit light on Simo's car, so he is likely to be heading for the pit lane this lap, but it's close on the exit of the pit. If there's the pit there for a moment, I think that might have been GC82 exiting the pits after his puncture. So yeah, Simo's likely to be in the pits on this lap, so we could possibly see Drew leading the race until his pit stop, which for Drew would be a nice feeling. That doesn't happen that often for him.
Well, I think Simo's going to do one more lap. 13 laps on the softs, 14 laps on the super softs.
We've just seen a car nearly hit a wall, or in a wall. It's GC82. Has he got damage? He's managed to get it going again, and he has left the session. Fortunate for him. But yes, let's go and have a look. He is in the pits. What compound of tyre is it going to be? Is it going to be the softs to the end from this point? It should be possible, and he's put them on. And where is Drew? Drew is coming round the last corner now.
I think Simo may actually keep the lead here. He is going to keep the lead.
Well, when we were looking a few laps ago, Drew was only a handful of seconds behind. It's close.
18 seconds it was.
So
and the pit stop here is 19-20 seconds.
So Drew may have made a mistake on that lap then, because really Drew should have been ahead by a couple of seconds. Yeah. Unless Simo, possibly unless Simo just had a cracking in lap, was aware of the gap and knew he had to hit it hard, and managed to have a good in lap. So there's the possibility.
Where is Acorn? He's quite a way off.
By pitting early, like you say, he's a way off. I'm just waiting for the sector times to refresh a little bit. Because Simo pitted on that lap, the sector times need to have time to change, and I think he's only 9 seconds behind. A moment ago it said 20 something, so he isn't doing too bad. DP?
It's only 11 seconds though.
Yeah, over to DP.
Sorry, yeah, just want to cut in a little bit there. Sorry, Ryan. GC82, we saw that he had a right rear puncture earlier on. That's what made him have to do a pit stop. And Ryan, you said, I wonder if he'd actually hit a wall somewhere. Well, when he did hit the wall and he'd retired from the session, I did notice that his right rear tyre was punctured. So it's possible he just had a crash at exactly the same point he'd had another crash. But I have been informed that GC82 has only very, very recently moved to, or not moved, but he's using no assist. So even though this is the assist allowed event, he's not using any. So that particular corner you can find yourself in the barrier there, and that's probably what's caused the puncture for him 2 times out of 3 laps, and ended his race.
I think you called that earlier, didn't you, Hindle, when you said when he's braking, he's looking like he's locking up a little bit, and
yeah, well, he was braking very early, and why I said he'd hit a wall is because the tyre was minimal around there. Even if you're burning them up, you wouldn't be on lap 10 on over 80% tyre wear. Absolutely no way.
It looks like we may, and that is a lap behind, isn't he, on that one? Okay.
No, sorry, I was just looking. GC82's car is still going around the circuit. Drew's just passed him. I think it put him off because his car's GC82's car's an AI one. So I think that could be a situation of a driver getting very frustrated and hitting the turn the PlayStation off button.
Steve, Gonk and DSM man are getting very close. Well, not very close, he's catching him up. Can he get into DRS range by the tipping point? I think it's a bit too far off.
I think he might be able to.
The detection point's coming up about now, that white line. I think he's too far off. We'll have a look. Let's go and do.
Just having a look at the time difference, and he's about 0.3 beyond the 1 second at the moment, so within the next lap he should be within the DRS range, and we may end up having a bit of a battle down into turn 2 possibly if DS Edman can have a good sector 3 here, but we shall see.
Gonk's made a mistake on the exit there. It could actually be DSM on the DRS. I think it has done. It looks very close.
He does look like he's within a second now, doesn't he? I would say I would be surprised if that DRS doesn't open, as Gonk goes defensively early.
Yeah, DRS does open in 3, 2, 1, and there it goes. But he's way too far back to make a move.
And he's deciding to stick to the racing line, keep his tyres clean. I think he knew he was too far away and thought, you know what, I'll just have the benefit of having the DRS, and I won't worry about the slipstream, I'll just keep it on the racing line. Instead of trying to follow a car down the Richie Davey dirty racing line.
He's made a mistake mid the corner, he's made a mistake, he's going to give DSM, oh, he's made another mistake. He's gone defensive, oh, he's let him through,
I think he kind of defended an invisible car for a moment, then he decided to actually concede the position because he knew he was losing time.
Some more information for you. Okay, Drew, he's going to be pitting soon, possibly this lap. Acorn 95 is closing in on him quite quickly. But looking at the gaps between the cars, when Drew does make his pit stop, which he isn't doing just yet, he's going to be coming back out on track somewhere very, very close to Woods V12. And Woods V12, he's got a bit of a gap to DS Z-Man behind him, so Drew could find himself coming out into a bit of a battle.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out right between those two and ends up having a bit of... Oh, what's happening here? DS Z-Man pulls over and lets Gonk back through. He's going very slow there. Look, I'm wondering whether he's decided to try and make a pit stop.
No, he's ghosted, so he's in the form menu.
Is it a wanting to add a little bit more traction control, or maybe take a bit more traction control off, change one of the assists slightly? He is within his rights to do that if he wishes. Twist, just point out that Twist Royalty was in 7th place. He's entered the pits. He's already lost position to 8th. Lilliart's going to pick a position off there as well. But I want to go and have a look at Drew and show you something.
Got wind change for Twist Royalty, so obviously a bit of damage. But he was on the medium, so I don't think he wanted to pit again.
Drew's pit light is on. So this is the lap that Drew is likely to be going into the pits unless he disobeys his pit crew. And because he thinks he knows better, you don't know, he might do.
I think it might actually be his engineer is telling him, you've missed your pit window, because his pit light's red, whereas Acorn's pit light's green, but Acorn shouldn't need to be pitting again, I don't think, but let's see what Drew does.
I'm actually going to give you some information here, Dave. The pit light, green means you should pit, and you are able to pit. The red light means your teammate is in the box.
That'll be what it is then.
Yeah. Because obviously Twist Royalty just pitted, that's why his pit light was red. And now it's green, so it means you can come in, you need to come in, and you can come in.
But also, Drew didn't pit, he has carried on for another lap.
Yeah, he's got to pit at the end of this lap. 10 laps on the Supersoft. This is what I said about optimising your times. He's going to have way too much fresher tyres at the end of the race.
but he's got Acorn right behind him now as well. It's going to put pressure on him. That is probably going to slow him down even more on this lap. And I think he would have been better off pitting on that previous lap and doing 11 or 12 laps to the end. 12 laps to the end. Can point out. Go on. I've just been informed that DS Edman is into the pits as well. He's gone for a change of tyres.
I was going to say, Drew could have even gone 4 laps earlier and he would have actually been in tension with P2, but I think that's gone way out the window because Acorn...
We're going to cut you off though, because Acorn looks like he's going to make the move before the DRS, or is he just trying to get as close as he can? He's looking like he's going to get as close as he can before that DRS line. He's right up the gearbox of Drew. He's within Vinnie Jones' touching range. If anyone knows who Vinnie Jones is and what he does with his touching, the DRS is open, he's got the move done. That's how you do a DRS move. You get right up behind them before the DRS line, and it's a lot easier that way, rather than trying to shoot at them from a long way back. Like Drew is out the race.
Yeah, I've just noticed his car like it's being controlled by the game. It was doing that before when he was lagging, and that's a big disappointment for him. The podium was on. Definitely.
It's massive. Oh, it definitely was, because he would have come out just ahead of Woods V12 and he would have been on super soft tyre. So the potential of the podium definitely on there. That would have annoyed Drew a lot.
Yeah, he has come back in though, but he needs to remember he's not allowed to join.
No, I'm pretty sure he's aware that he is allowed to take control of his car just to retire it. If he wishes to. Oh, we've had Acorn in the wall. That was a big one, and what I'm going to have to apologise for now is the lack of sound, because we do have a reduction in the sound after we were on board with someone that's destroyed their vehicle.
I've just watched a replay of that on YouTube. Obviously it's not a replay, but the delay of Acorn's crash, and that was weird. It was almost like HiNDLE, you know, the incident you had on the curb yesterday where it speared you to the left and you just touched the wall. It's similar to him, but it sent him into the wall on the right, a little Vettel-esque, Vettel and Kvyat-esque from last season. So yeah, unfortunate for Acorn, because the podium was on for him as well.
Yeah, well, let's just put 2 drivers who shouldn't be on the podium, or weren't going to be on the podium.
And who are they likely to be? We shall go. I'll tell you what we do need to do, and what I want to do is go back with Simo. Look how he's doing up at the front. He's currently leading. He's crossing the line onto his 19th lap of the race. In second place, we've got Woods V with a gap of 37, nearly 38 seconds. And then we've got Drew's car going round, which unfortunately we're going to have to forget about. We've then got Gonk, who is up into 4th position, which will be 3rd in a moment. And then we've got Kane Leander, who's on a set of super softs to the end. We've got DS Edman on a set of super softs to the end. Lily Art on mediums, I think they are going to the end. And Twist Rorty in 8th. Is that Neotig? Yeah, Neotig is still in. And then we've got cars that are no longer in the event at that point. Yeah, okay, so closest battle we've got out there at the moment is going to be Gonk and Woods V are about 10 seconds apart.
Kane Leander is a bit closer to Drew's car.
It is Drew's car, I think. Or is it Gonk?
There's Drew and then there's Gonk.
Yeah.
There's Gonk a bit. Gonk's a bit further in front. Kane Leander is on the super soft, so he could catch him up pretty quickly.
Okay, HiNDLE, if you could put up your race director and just go through the drivers that have DNF'd so far in this event, that would be good for us.
Yep. Okay, there's a lot of penalties, I can tell you that. Let's go up with it, it's going to take a while to get to the top. Okay, so there's just so much stuff. Right, we've got Sergeant Itmat, no Calzo, DNF, GP DNF. I don't know why it says that. I think that maybe Puso driven into you, because Puso got DNF right after you. Who's that? Acorn DNF. Just them. I think the rest of left the session.
And I think some of the drivers may have left the session because they had incidents so early on, but looking at what's happened in this race, if they'd have stuck it out, they could, any of them guys that had incidents on the first lap could quite easily be sat on the podium at this point, or in a podium position.
Well, obviously Acorn and Drew are going to be massively disappointed. They were solid, you know, podium positions, near enough confirmed.
And we do have a battle quite close on circuit here with Twist Royalty and Liliart 14 running 7th and 8th, and we've got a mismatch on, not a mismatch as such, but Liliart on those medium compounds that he put on end of lap 1 to Twist Royalty, who's done the extra pit stop, who also pitted on lap 1, but he's come back with a 2-stop strategy with the finishing on the super soft, so he should have a very good strong finish to this race with 8 laps to go.
Yeah, I think he should be in DRS range by the time we get to the first detection goal.
But this just goes to show how well Drew was doing, because they've only just gone past Drew's car now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drew, very unfortunate for him.
Well, something that Drew has just said is, he says every time I do good it disconnects. When I have a bad race it doesn't disconnect. That's the epitome of bad luck, I think.
Well, he's learned something there. Don't try too hard.
But yeah, Twist Royalty right up the gearbox now. Liliart is. It's got to be. Thinking back to qualifying, did he? Yeah, he's got definitely a low downforce, so this should be a breeze. Nearly passed before DRS. He's had to lift off.
He's got a better traction out of the corners with them super soft compounds. DRS is open. He should have this. He should. If you're going to overtake down here, you want to try and be on the other side of the car really, because it makes it easier for the braking zone. But yeah, that's where he is. And I tell you what, yeah, I was just about to say that Liliart's gone deep, made the move even easier for Twist Royalty there. So can Twist Royalty catch another car that's ahead of him? I mean, who's the next car up the road? It is DS Sedman, and he's not that far up the road. But he has just done the fastest lap of the race. So DS Sedman on a was it a 1:38 that came up? Yeah, and he's 1 minute 3 seconds behind the leader, with Twist Royalty being 1:14, so he's 11 seconds behind. So that's a bit of a fair gap, but there are laps to do it. And
2 seconds a lot.
yeah, Twist Royalty though, it needs to be doing laps quicker. So Ryan, if you look at both their on the race director, you'll be able to look at their previous lap times. Obviously, we know what lap. DS Edman did, because it was the fastest lap, but before that lap, what was previous drivers, or what are those drivers doing?
Okay, so DS Edman 38.9, 38.9, 38.7. Supersofts has been on them for 4 laps, that's why he's pretty quick. To his Royalty on his Supersofts, he's pitted a lap earlier. 38.6, 40.0, 40.1, 40.6.
So that gap isn't.
He's struggling. He's gone from a 38.8 to a 40.0 the next lap of 1.2 difference. That's not tyre related at all.
No, but I'm just wondering whether that was because he was in a battle on that lap.
Oh yeah.
DS Edman's got a Ferrari ahead of him.
That's Kane. Is that Kane Leander? I think it is. It is.
And not only that, Kane Leander is only a couple of seconds behind Gonk, yeah.
Good DSM man, could be on the podium.
I like it when you get a new guy on the podium, because you learn a lot about them.
Yeah.
And all we know at the moment is he's been recommended by Mystic Joker, who's a very good driver in the World Series. He has just gone a little bit deep at turn 2. Yeah, apart from it, we was recommended by Mystic Joker. We can say that he's American, and that's about it at the minute. And he's driving a Ferrari. No, he's not. Kane Leander's in the Ferrari. DS Edman's in the McLaren, and he's catching him.
Look how quickly he's caught up. Yeah, he's got superior speed here.
Is he going to make a move before the DRS, or is he going to wait for the DRS?
I think the best thing to do is try and get him out of position, try and get him to defend into the DRS corner, so go for the inside here, which he's done exactly that.
He's got the move
Oh
done.
wait, as Kane just got DRS, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Kane's got DRS.
He did. I'm wondering if Kane just backed off a little bit to get the DRS. Maybe because he knew he wasn't going to be able to keep the guy behind him for long, but he benefited from having a bit of DRS. But there wasn't a lot he could do about it. But now you've got to say that DS Zedman is going to be looking ahead of him to pick off the next car up the road, which is Gonk.
About 1.5 seconds in front. So again, by this time next lap, he should be passed.
Yeah. And with the pace that Twist Royalty's doing, you would think that he's probably catching up Kane Leander as well. So that's something else that we may see develop in a few laps' time. Oh, he's catching Gonk up so quickly, and well, Gonk is on the soft compound, so that is going to have a little something to do it. If you're on the soft compound at this point in the race, there's a good chance you've done a fair amount of laps on them, whereas DS Zedman's not done many laps at all on his super softs.
Gonk's wide.
He has. He's gone very wide turn 3, and once you're on those marbles out there, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, look how much time he's losing. He's going to lose into this braking zone as well.
And he's lost his position obviously to the DS Zedman, but it looks like he could have lost a...
Kane's right behind him as well.
Yeah. Kane's going to pick him off at some point, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kane makes the over...
He's let him through.
He has let him through. Now that, either that's a friend gesture, or I can't say it was a mistake. It did look like it was just a clear pull out of the way there. Maybe he just feels that those two are battling and he needs to let them through, because he knows he can't compete at the moment on the compound that he's on. So who's next in line then for DS Zedman? Well, he's currently running in 3rd position, and the next car up the road is Woods V, but you've got to say that's probably one car too many, but you never know. Woods V is on the medium compound tyre, and he pitted on lap 1, at the end of lap 1, after having it damage at the start of the race. So Woods V, with a one-stop strategy going on to the mediums, I don't think he's going to lose that much lap time over the what he's been doing, but Hindle, what lap times is Woods V doing at the minute?
I will check. But the mediums are so consistent. Right, so put the mediums at the end of lap 1, he's done a 142, a 40.9, 41.2, 41, 41, 41. He's consistently in the 41s, and he's just set on the lap 23 a PB time.
Yeah.
40.5, and now he's just gone even quicker in sector 1.
Wow, I mean, that just goes to show how good those medium compounds are for consistency and durability. And to be fair, I think they're too good for this circuit. I think that the soft compound is the hardest compound really you need for this circuit, and I'd have liked to have seen the ultra softs here.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I was going to say I'm quite surprised the Pirelli guys didn't give the team the ultra softs, considering this is the lowest tyre wear track when you've got tracks like Abu Dhabi have the ultra softs.
Right, yeah, that's true. So we know that Woods V is doing 40, 41s, that sort of times. What sort of time is DS Zedman doing now that he's done a few extra laps than when he set the fastest lap?
38.7 and into the 39.3, 40.1, 39.3, so still in the low 39s.
So he is running 1 to 1.5 seconds a lap quicker, but he may just not have enough laps in the bag. He's 44 seconds behind the lead, with Woods V being 26 seconds behind the lead. That may just be a bit too much of a shout. Yeah. So what I want to have a look at is Twist Royalty was somebody we said might be able to catch up some cars in front of him, and Gonk's gone for the pit lane. He's had enough of them soft compounds. He's getting rid of them with only 4 laps to go. I mean, well, 3 laps to go basically, you could say. That's surprising. If he was going to make that pit stop, you think he would have made it, what, 5, maybe 10 laps ago.
Yeah. So is it a change of front wing? No.
I think I saw a little turn up on the front wing, but maybe an extra bit of downforce or reduce of downforce, but that might just be the standard thing he does with going from one compound to the next.
I'll tell you what time, when did he pit? When did he pit for the softs?
Yeah.
End of lap 8, so he's done... Well, yeah, he's done 18 laps, and the lap 7 he pitted.
But what he might be trying to do he might have realised the position he was running in, the gap to the car behind him would have been about 18 seconds-ish, because he's come out just behind Lily-Art, and by now having the new Super Softs, he can attack Lily-Art rather than being attacked by him. So he's probably decided to put himself in a stronger position for the remaining laps. So in that, you know, he'd got nothing else to lose really, other than the position to Lily-Art. So he might as well attack Lily-Art rather than being attacked. And with a Lily-Art, I mean, he must have pitted on lap 1 at the end of lap 1 as well.
I mean, I think Gonk had no choice to pit. I think he didn't want to risk the. He's going to make a move.
Oh, he's caught the back of him.
Yeah.
Has he got damage from it?
No, I'm surprised. I tell you what, I've had situations like this in this season. I've lost my wing every time, and I've seen a few guys do that now. I mean, all big corner. But yeah, a few guys have done it now. I've not lost a front wing.
It's annoying when you do it, you lose a bit of wing, and when somebody else does it, they've still got theirs.
It looks like a big impact as well. Where the situations I've been in, it's been a little love tap and half a wing's gone. But
is it though that Gonk has hit him straight up the rear rather than slightly offset, which tends to be front wing on wheel? He's going to get the move done into turn 2, but
no.
Lily-Art's not going to give it up easy. This is a battle for a couple of laps to go. But you've got to say that Gonk's going to try and...
we don't know. I thought we just missed Simo crossing the line, but he's on to the final lap now.
Yeah, he's decided to switch it up to Rich and set the fastest lap of the race. So not only did he set pole time, not only is he leading by quite a margin, he wanted the full bag. But something we do want to point out is Twist Royalty. He's on 1 at the minute as well. So he may be setting the fastest laps shortly as well. But
I can tell you as well, Gonk does have front wing damage because he's pit.
He has got front wing damage.
Probably minor though, because you can't see it, but you can tell because look how much time he's lost to Lily-Art.
Yeah, what I want to say though is Twist Royalty, he might have been trying to set a fastest lap, but he's also catching the back of Kane Leander.
Yep, he massively as well. Look how much he's just gained in that corner. He's going to get DRS here. I think Kane Leander's had it with his tyres.
Has he had it with his tyres, or has he used up too much fuel? Has he got to run lean for this last lap of the race?
Oh, I'm about to tell you, Kane Leander's Super Softs. End of lap 15, yeah, his tyres have had it.
And I'll tell you what, Twist Royalty is looking to make that move, but Simo is not going to be far away from crossing the line soon.
Kane Leander Twist Royalty around the outside at turn 3.
It's dirty out there. Can he hold it out? He has. He's
got it done.
That's one of the best moves today. You've got to say that has been a great move.
Switch back though. No, he's not got it, has he? He's going to go for a late move. No, he's not out of it. And Simo.
That is another fastest lap of the race, and that is also Simo crossing the line to take the win. Sorry, Simo, we missed it, but we were watching a battle on circuit. Well done to Simo there. We will speak to you on the podium for podium chat shortly. Woods V currently running in second place. He's got the last few corners to go through. He's got a bit of a gap between him and DS Sedman, who's just entering into sector 3. So go back to Woods. Let's see how he is going towards the line. He's done rather well on those medium compound tyres from lap the end of lap 1. He went for a pit stop, and he's gone very well to the end of the race on those medium compound tyres. DS Sedman finishing the race on Super Softs. Nice strong finish to the race for him there. And the next car after DS Sedman is going to be Twist Royalty. And I tell you what, this pair are not that far away from DS Sedman. They look like they just started to pull it back in again a little bit. So Twist Royalty crosses the line for 4th, Kane Leander for 5th, and it looks like we've got Gonk not that far behind them either, currently running in 6th place. And we said that he might as well attack Lily-Art and rather than defending it, and he did that. He has got a move done, and he is going to be finishing ahead of Lily-Art. So that is a rather well done there from Gonk. So the next car across the line there is Lily-Art, and that is it.
Get ready for the to all change though, because there are a lot of penalties.
Apart from the top 3. Yeah, no penalties for the top 3, so that is some good going by the top 3 there. So the finishing result is Simo Woods v DS Zedman, and we'll just run through the cars that are at the bottom end there as well. So yeah, not a bad race there at all. A lot going on early on, but wow, some great overtakes. And who was it that did the 3-stop? Neotigs did 3-stop. Woods v with a 1-stop on the end of lap 1. So the podium will be Simo, Woods v and DS man. And I believe the guy that is running our chat room may not have DS Woodsman. He's going to sort it out anyway. I'm not even sure if DS Edman knows that he's going to get an invite for an interview. Well, if he didn't know, he's going to know soon. While just waiting for these guys to come in, I'm going to quickly ask the question of the day again. Ferrari once abandoned their red colour scheme out of protest. What colour did they race instead? So there we go, there's question of the day. If you think you know the answer, whack it up in the YouTube comments. We'll go through that in a minute with DP, but up until that point, Hindle, I mean, great race, but what was your highlight, do you reckon, from that?
Well, I would have said Drew on the podium, but I think I'm going to go with Woodsy V, pitting on the end of lap 1 for the mediums and still getting into P2. Maybe a bit of luck involved, but on this game in F1, you need a bit of luck. You
do, and I know all about that because all I seem to get is bad luck. There we go. We've got Simo that's joined us now as well on the podium, so we are only waiting for one other, which is the 3rd place finisher of DS Zedman. I think I may have just seen his mic come on, and he has entered the chat box. So for the guys that are not normally with us in the commentary box, just like to say, make sure you've got your microphone set to always allowed on your shared options and your volume turned up, and we'll go through asking you questions in a moment, but in order of podium finishes. So first place, and we're gonna have to get used to saying this because most of the times I've been commentating in the last 2 weeks, I've had to say, Simo, welcome to the commentary box, good race there, and finished on top of top step again, good qualifying, and Simo, well done. That's all I seem to be saying, apart from when I say it's coming to get you and when he's done well. But yeah, Simo, great race, great qualifying. Any difficulties out there, or was it just sit back, relax and drive it home?
Yeah, it was just a practice for the next week if I'm gonna race in the World Series main event.
If you were gonna race next week, why do you say if you're gonna race next week? Is there something we don't know
already? I'm not sure yet, but I think I have a seat.
So one of the teams has already asked if you would like to reserve for them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yep. So what I'm going to mention then, as you've just said, that is what the whole point of the World Series reserves is. What it's all about. This is where the guys get to drive, get to race against each other, and then when the World Series, which runs the alternate weeks on the Thursdays, when a driver in there needs a replacement because they're unavailable, this is the pool of drivers they can go to and pick a driver. I'll tell you what, doing what you did today, I can completely understand why you've been picked, and they were that confident in you. I think it sounds like the picture before the event even started today.
Yeah, I didn't have any practice. I just went to the race with some old setup. I think I can improve my times a lot in a week.
Why do people say that when I spend hours practicing and I'm still piss poor? I mean, how do you do it? Just no practice, old setup, just come and do it. How do you do that?
I don't know. Maybe my setup is already so good for the assists, and it's so easy just to drive, and it's not that hard to drive with the assists on.
I know what it is. In Finland, they teach their children to drive at a young age. You see, in Finland, you don't see mums pushing push chairs. You see babies driving push chairs. That's what it is. It comes from a very young age.
And they also drive in the snow a lot. So when they drive on tarmac, it's a lot easier. So
yeah, we just have a snow in here, so maybe I can improve my no assist times too.
Well, I'll tell you what you've done today has been very good, and your qualifying times, what you did, your strategy, untouchable from the other guys, to be fair. I just want to move over to Hindle and see if he's got a question for you, because I don't really have any questions other than to say, very well done, mate. Great race from you today. So, Hindle, over to you.
Yeah, again, it looked very, very easy for you. It looked, you could fall asleep and still have won that race. The one question I do have for you is, I was going to say, was you disappointed with your qualifying time, because it was a bit off what I was expecting, and you did go a lot quicker on your last lap, but it was invalidated. But you did say that you'd done no practice round there.
Yeah, I didn't have any practice on the qualifying lap, so I just choose the softer strategy, so I can test the qualifying in the real race.
Alright, well, great race, well done, and looking forward to racing you on Thursday.
I'm not. Well, that's where you could say I won't actually be racing him. He'll be off up the track somewhere. But anyway, just something I've not mentioned at the end of this race. If there's anybody watching live on YouTube, probably Drew. If you've got any questions for the podium guys, just write @FR and your questions, and we'll get to you in a moment. But yeah, well done, Simo. Over to our second place finisher, who I believe may have finished second place last time out as well. Woods V12. Well done again, Woods. How do you feel about that today? If you're talking to me, you need to press your mute button. Wait for it. Click.
Nope, he's gone for some tea.
He has gone for some tea. Oh, hang on.
No, oh.
Hello?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just mention something about Woods' race, and when he's ready to speak to us, I'm sure he'll shout out and say something. So I did see his microphone just come on and off briefly there for a moment, but yeah, Woods' race, something happened on lap 1, which caused damage, which meant he had to then go on to do a pit stop on lap 1 and finish the whole race on one set of tyres, the mediums, and he did very well, but we have no idea really what really happened in that incident at the start of the race. And that is something I wanted to be able to ask Woods V12. So Woodsy, if you are there and you want to speak to us, try to say something. If not, we'll move over to DSZ man. I think he's got microphone problems. I'll tell you what, if you've got microphone problems, send a message to Front Row Racing DP on the PSN. Just a little comment about how your race went, and we will try and read your comment out in a moment. So, third place on the podium, DS Sedman. Congratulations on your third place, and welcome to Front Row Racing as well. Great first race from you there. How do you feel about being on the podium?
Thanks, guys. It feels good. About everything that could have gone wrong went wrong this race, though. So, some first lap incidents, and I think somebody parked it on the corner during what I think could have been the pole lap in qualifying.
Yes, I think we saw that on one of your laps. I think it was on your first attempted fast lap in qualifying. There was a car that at the end of sector 2 just got in your way a little bit. Yeah, we did see that, but then you went out there to do another qualifying lap, and your middle sector wasn't quite as good as it was on the previous lap, but still, you've got to say, after having an incident-filled race, to finish where you have done is not too bad. But what did happen at the start of the race? What caused the damage?
It was turn 3, 4, the long looping left-hander. I was inside of one of the Williams. I can't remember who it was, but maybe they didn't know I was there, didn't see me, just turned into me, and then limping around back to go to the pits, put on a new set of tires, fix my wing. I got into it with Renault that seemed to maybe just didn't realize I was there again, spun around, and ultimately came out in last place. So 2 end up on the podium was pretty good, but makes you think what it could have been without all those incidents.
Yeah, and just going to say that, yeah, it could have been completely different without the incidents. So yourself and Woods V both on the podium from having first lap incidents. Now, obviously his strategy was to put the mediums on and take it to the end. Was that never an option for you? Was you always going to do what you ended up doing?
Yeah, I guess I'm still a little unsure of the mandatory tire. I thought I for sure had to put on the soft tire or else I would be disqualified from the race. I think Woods maybe started on the soft tire, so he was good.
Well, I can kind of fill in a little bit there for you. At the moment, when it says that you've got to use, or when it gives you the option of using soft or mediums, or actually, I'll start this again. I always make mistakes. Bear with me. All right, when it gives you the options of super softs, softs, and medium, the two hardest compounds are known as the mandatory tyre. And as long as you use one of them, then that covers you for the rule. So Woods V would have started on the super soft and would have been able to put on the medium or the softs, but he went straight to the medium and took them to the end. Whereas yourself started on the super softs and you had to run one of the other two at some point. If you want to run both, it's up to you.
There is one or two exceptions to that throughout the course of the season, though, where I know in current F1, in real F1, there was a couple of tracks towards the end of the season where they have only had one mandatory tyre, and I think they may have added that into the game. So it is always advisable to just double check on the game which of the tyres are highlighted as mandatories. But I mean, I'd just say, I mean, to recover from where you ended up to where you did was a fantastic drive. My question would be, at the next event in 2 weeks' time, if there's no incidents, do you think Simo's beatable?
I definitely think so. I thought I could have had the pace to keep up with them. It'd probably be neck and neck, but with the clean race, who knows? He was throwing up some purple times there at the end of the race, though, so he might have had some in store. But in a race, you never know how it's going to work out. Could probably be close, but we'll see.
Okay, just point out the person that was talking to you there was front row racing DP. He didn't introduce himself, but yeah, I'm front row racing GP, he's front row racing DP. The other person in the commentary box is front row racing. No, he's not. His name's HiNDLE. He's the World Series
Front row racing HiNDLE.
He's not a front row racing HiNDLE, he's just HiNDLE. But he is also the current world champion from the world champion. Yeah, it's the world champion from the World Series. He's the World Series champion. That's what he is. So HiNDLE, question for DS Sedman?
Well, as GP said, welcome to FRR. I do know a very quick driver has what's the word? It's gone.
Recommended.
Recommended. Yes, I do know a very quick friend of yours. I recommended you to FRR, which is always good to see. Always looking for new, quick drivers, clean drivers as well, which you proved you were. What I was going to say is qualifying. You did look very good for me off. I think your time was only a tenth off Simo. So as you said, I think you could have been up there, barring the incident. One, do you think you could have got pulled? Because like you said, we did see you did get blocked on your fastest lap. And two, are you very well? Obviously, you will be very frustrated with that.
What ended up being my fastest lap and put me in third spot, I absolutely blew one of the corners. It was the middle sector was pretty bad, so I think there was a couple of tenths that could have been picked up through there. But more so than being fast, I'd rather keep it clean, all four wheel, not going all four wheels off, not cutting corners. That's a big deal for me. So I'd rather slow down a little bit and keep it between the lines than go blowing corners. I like some good clean racing, and yes, Mystic told me about y'all, and that's how I looked it up and kind of got into it.
Well, I'm just I see DP just might want to say something, but before he does, I just want to say that it's nice to hear a driver say that. that they like to keep it between the lines, they like to keep it clean and fair, because that's what front row racing is all about as well. But that's what Formula 1 should be about. It should be about keeping the car on the circuit and keeping it clean. And it does get a bit annoying in normal Formula 1 when you see them going off circuit a bit, but one thing I have heard them say on the commentary quite often in real Formula 1 is Martin Brundle saying, yeah, he's gone off track, he might not have gained any time, but he's off the track. At the end of the day, it is not on the track. So anyway, I believe Woods V might be back on the microphone.
I think I have it, yeah.
Are you with us, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I reckon we hand this interview over to HiNDLE.
HiNDLE said he wanted to interview you if you were on the podium today. So Ryan, over to you to interview Woods V.
Okay. Woodsy, well, first of all, I'm just very, very surprised you were on here, considering what happened to you in the first lap, and you pitted at the end of lap 1. You was, I think, down in about 6th place, running your own race. All of a sudden, you're in P2. That must have felt, well, pretty surprising to you.
Well, it's not a race when it's long, it's a marathon, so I took my time. Except at the first lap at the start, I think it was a Toro Rosso or a Red Bull that was behind me. I checked, and he kept too close to me, and he caught me, and I ended up spinning into the wall with the rest of them.
Well, you have shown in previous races that you do have the pace. Do you think if you'd got a clean lap in qualifying, and I think you won, did you start on the soft tyres?
Just the soft. I didn't go any.
Yeah.
I didn't go super soft.
So starting in P5 on the soft tyres, if you'd got through the first couple of laps cleanly, do you think you could have had a chance at the win?
I think I would have a battle with the ones up front. If it was kept clean, yeah. If I had that clean first lap in, but I didn't.
Alright, well done on your P2, and I'll give you over to GP.
Yeah, I mean, well done there, and it was nice to see different strategies out there. Obviously, DS Edman was saying about he wasn't too sure about the tyre compound rule, so he was going to make sure he covered it just in case. But after you had to pit on lap 1, was you quite confident what you were going to do at that point? Just take the mediums all the way to the end?
Yeah, he says himself, if I'm going to survive this, if not pitting, the only way to catch up is stay the longest.
And at the end of the day, it worked for you. I mean, well done. I mean, I wanted to go back to Simo, but he's left the commentary box because I wanted to say to him, do you think he had anything left in the bag in case, somebody like DS Sedman or yourself could have pushed him a bit more? But he has left us. But one last thing I just want to ask you too, before I check YouTube for any comments, is what something we do, which you may not be aware of, is the front row racing question of the day. Tends to be Formula 1 related, but not always, because DP does tend to find some random things. But anyway, question of the day. Ferrari once abandoned their red colour scheme out of protest, but what colour did they race in instead? So, Woods V, what colour do you reckon Ferrari went for instead of their normal red?
Jesus, that's a good one.
Is that a colour?
Right.
I always raced in red. I never seen him in any other colour.
That's because of your age. But if you were in charge of Ferrari, or let's say if you were Enzo Ferrari and you were going to change the colour, what colour would you go for?
Enzo Ferrari. What colour would I go for?
Red.
Any colour now. I'd probably go. I don't know. I'd probably go black.
That's a kind of colour in mourning, and that kind of makes sense a little bit. What about you there then, DS said, man? What colour would you reckon Ferrari would have gone to, having to change their colour out of protest?
Like Wood said, I can't imagine Ferrari in anything but red, but maybe a more of a mix of the Italian flag with some green and some white mixed in.
Well, it's funny you say that, but I want to check the YouTube comments.
Well, I was going to say, don't give the answer yet. The reason for that is Ferrari did once use a black nose on their car, But that wasn't through any kind of protest or anything. That was like in football, the players wear black armbands, and there was a race a few years ago in the Schumacher era of Ferrari where they were doing a similar thing. So they had a black nose of the car as a sign of respect to someone that had passed away. There is only one person that has given the correct answer on YouTube or on Facebook. Most people have actually gone with white, which kind of understandable, but isn't correct. So now you can give the correct answer.
Well, the correct answer is blue. But I'm going to diverge on that a little bit more, because when I actually searched the car and the blue to look at the picture of this blue car, it was actually blue and white. So the people that said white were halfway there. But I think it might have been just 2 shades of blue, to be honest with you. But in case anybody wants to look for the car, it was 1964 John Surtees, and he won the championship in that particular car. So that Ferrari is actually a very rare Ferrari, being a different colour to the rest of them. So there you go. But what the protest was about is something completely different, which is really long-winded. And if you want to find out about it, there's something called Google for that. So there we go. So well done to the podium drivers of Simo, Woods V and DS Zedman. Congratulations to the podium drivers. I want to say thank you to my co-commentator of Hindle. Thank you to Front Racing DP down in the pit lane, who's helped us out on the commentary this evening and on the YouTube. I've been Front Row Racing DP. No, I haven't. I'm GP. Why do I make so much stupid mistakes? Don't say anything. That's it. Blow the place up. Right. Just to sign off, I will point out that the next event on Front Row Racing YouTube will be Sunday for the Project Cars League, and I'm not quite sure what time that starts. It's either 7:30 or 8:30, but it's either one of those. But you can find that information out from the Front Row Racing Facebook page. If you want to find out any more information about joining Front Row Racing, find the Front Row Racing Facebook page. Send us some messages on there if you wish to join us. There are currently a few spaces available in the World Championship reserves, and that's the league that uses no assists. The people that race in the World Series and the World Series reserves, if they wish to attempt no assist driving, they're more than welcome to have a drive in the World Championship reserves. That runs every other Wednesday. So it'll be 2 weeks' time, and the race for that and the race for the World Series reserves next is Barcelona, I believe. Yeah, Catalonia. It's Spain.
The WS, the World Series reserve.
Yeah.
The next event is Spain, but obviously the World Championship and the World Series, they are next Wednesday and next Thursday here at Russia.
So there we are. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everyone that's helped us out this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and if you have done, hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you are informed of when we hit the live stream next time. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye.